Welcome to PSC2, Lesson 2. By the end of this, you'll be able to solve problems using the area of similar figures, so shapes, and the volume of similar solids, so 3D objects. All right, so if we're looking at some similar rectangles, I have an example here, and we can talk about the ratio of side to side. So we could talk about the ratio as 3 to 6. 3 and 6 correspond. Or we could write it as 5 to 10 because 5 and 10 correspond. Both of these simplify to 1/2. And today it's going to be important that we use ratios that are simplified. Now, if we're talking about the area or the inside of these rectangles, we can see that our small rectangle has an area of 15 and our large rectangle has an area of 60. And we can look at the ratio of area to area, so 15 over 60, which simplifies to 1/4. What this means actually is that the area of the small one is 1/4 the size of the area of the big one. And there's going to be a shortcut you can learn. If you know the ratios of the side, you can take that and square it to get the ratio of area to area. So if we had 1/2 and we squared it, that would equal 1 squared over 2 squared, which equals 1/4, which is our ratio of area to area. So we have a proportional areas conjecture, which states if corresponding sides of two similar polygons or the radii of two circles compare in the ratio of m to n, then their areas compare in the ratio of m squared to n squared. So let's take a look at these prisms, and the question is are these prisms similar? When we go to consider whether or not these prisms are similar, we need to see if the corresponding side lengths are proportional. So I can see that this length corresponds with this length, so 6 is to 3. Is that the same as 14 to 7? And we can either simplify these or we can cross multiply and look at their cross products. I'm going to simplify. This one simplifies to 2, this one simplifies to 2, which is true, but we do need to check because this is a three-dimensional object, we have to check our height here and see if those are also proportional. So I can use any of the other two. I'm going to choose to use 6/3. Is that equal to 2/2? And the answer here is no, because 6 divided by 3 is 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Those are not the same ratio, so these are not proportional. So they are not similar. Just like with two-dimensional objects, when you're looking at three-dimensional objects, you have to check all of the corresponding measurements. Okay, let's take a look now at these two cones. Again, we are going to set up ratios of corresponding lengths. So in this case, we're going to use the radii of the circle here and here. So I have 8 is to 12 as, and then we're going to use the heights. So we have 14 and we have 21. So 14 is to 21. Again, I could simplify. I could cross multiply. On this one, I'm just going to show that cross multiplication. So here, 12 times 14, which is 168. And we have 8 times 21, which is 168. Since these are proportional, we can say yes, the cones are similar. So here we have the proportional volumes conjecture, which states if corresponding edges or the radii and heights of two similar solids compare in the ratio of m to n, then their volumes compare in the ratio of, well, let's take a look. If we talk about our sides and they had the ratio of m to n, and then we talked about and found that area was m squared to n squared, we can take it one step further and talk about the volume, and that is m cubed to n cubed. So their ratio is m cubed to n cubed. So let's put it all together. When we have our sides, we can call that m to n. When we have our area, that's m squared to n squared. and volume is m cubed to n cubed, which makes sense if we're thinking about sides or length. We call that units. Area is units squared, and volume is units cubed. This is a great picture. I would write this at the top of your homework today. When you go to test on this unit, write it at the top. Have that memorized. Let's take a look at an example. It says if the ratio of areas of two similar pentagons is 64:25, what is the ratio of their perimeters? So we have our area. Remember that 64:25, that's what's given. And it wants to talk about perimeter. Remember when we talk about perimeter, we label that in units. So we can kind of think of that almost like the same as our side. Okay, so if we go from area now to the ratio for the sides, we're working backwards. So to undo squaring, we have to square root. So we're given that m squared to n squared, and I want to get m to n. And the way that I do that would be by taking the square root. So we have square root of 64, which is 8, the square root of 25, which is 5. I don't have to worry about the volume in this one because it's not asking for that. So the ratio of their perimeters would be 8:5. If the ratio of the sides of two similar parallelogram, it should say prisms, is 3:4, what is the ratio of their volumes? So if it's talking about sides, we have 3:4, which remember is our m to n, and we want that volume, which is m cubed to n cubed. So I'm going to take 3 and I'm going to cube it. I'm going to take 4 and I'm going to cube it to give me m cubed, n cubed. 3 cubed is 27, 4 cubed is 64. So that is the ratio of their volumes. So now we have, if the ratio of the two volumes is 1 to 27, what is the ratio of their areas? So we have volume, that's what we're given. That's 1 to 27. In order to figure out the area, we actually have to hop back here to the side ratio. So we're going to go this direction. And to do that, we need to take the cube root. With cube root, remember you're thinking what number times itself? 3 times gives us 27. You can find this on a calculator if you go to math and then you choose the cube root like this, or you can find the one that says the nth root like that. The cube root one is often the 4th option, and the n or the x root is typically the 5th option. So the cube root of 1 is 1, the cube root of 27 is 3. If you're on the iPad calculator, just one more tip, you're going to need to use this feature, and the n you would type in this case would be 3. All right, so now that we have our ratio of sides, we're going to move to the area, which is squaring it. We know that this is m over n. The middle one is m squared over n squared. So now we're going to do 1 squared, which is 1, 3 squared, which is 9. That gives us our answer. So as a reminder, if we want to go from volume to area, we have to go from volume to side. So it's the first step, and then the second step would be going side to area. And remember, this is asking for the ratio of areas. This is not the actual areas. I have no idea what the actual areas of these two solids are. It's the ratio of the areas. Okay, now we are going to solve a problem that has to do with finding the area. It says, what is the area of the smaller triangle? So we're going to use our side and our area ratios. So first let's look at the sides, and we have 9 and 6. So I'm going to do 6 over 9, and it's really important and much easier working with these if we simplify 9 and 6 to get 2/3. Now I can find the area ratio by squaring both of those. 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. 4/9 is the ratio. It is not either of the areas. This is the ratio of areas, and let's just recall that the 4 corresponds with the small, triangle, and I can see that because the 6 back here was related to the small, and the 9 relates to the big because that 9 back here came from our bigger triangle. That's really important when we go to now use this ratio to actually find our missing area. So we're going to use the area ratio, 4:9, and we're going to set that equal to the area of the small, which we don't know, so we'll call it A, and the area of the big, which we do know, which is 54. Now we can cross multiply and solve for A. 54 times 4 is 216. That equals 9A. I can divide both sides by 9, and I get area to equal 24 centimeters squared. If you need more help, go ahead and watch this video. It has somebody else explaining this same concept. You can, of course, always rewatch this video as well.